Okay. Day 258. 9. Yeah, I'm grinding all day. Uh, Mostly productive work, but I think from like 8 o'clock onwards, I just couldn't focus. I was tired and just, yeah. Right, Steve, so. Yeah, there was definitely more on the table that I could have done, but the vision's coming through. I still want to commit to this like high volume approach, but obviously we're missing certain elements, certain layers that would really help with our conversion reply rates. Would it mean that our volume might not be that high? Yeah, but so we won't need maybe 6 inboxes, maybe 4 or 5 will suffice. Either way, this approach can still work. I'm gonna make it work, and there's different ways we can go about doing this and really optimizing it before I get into like building a second system. Either way, bro, these internal tools take a lot of time to build, especially when you have no fucking clue what you're doing. So yeah, but next week, hopefully tomorrow is when this is all done. At least for the most part, the initial stage, I guess the initial version. This is like the second version. So the initial build wasn't just not good enough. This second build, it's a lot better, but it's just missing that. The system is just kind of missing that quality, and that's just coming from a lack of experience, a lack of knowledge in literally what I'm doing. But the more I do it, the more I understand, and I'm learning fast. There's a lot of things I'm missing, and so yeah. Other than that, you know, should I close this deal that I've got in the works right now, then that opens up a lot of opportunities, and I'm not even joking, but there's a lot of opportunity in that. And I thought about it, the potential behind this. I'm not gonna get too ahead of myself, but I did have to think about where I could take this. You know, it's definitely different to what I offer, and that's okay. But the thing is, I know how much time and money it will cost for this project, for this build, and so in terms of and so when I if this deal goes through and then I deliver it, it's literally something that I can reuse, legit copy and paste, because it's the infrastructure is literally just copy and paste across a few different, at least a few few others. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not gonna give away anything. I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. For all we know, it could all just fall through, but I would hope it doesn't. And there's even a really like a longer term play, about 7-8 months down the line, that I could attempt. It might be a big play that could pay off a lot, assuming everything goes my way. But it's all about execution. If I take this path, and explore more on this opportunity, it would mean focusing my efforts on something that's, it's super, it's just worth it, because I've already built the asset, I've already built everything out, and that time and money spent, you got to make the most out of of the assets you've got. So it's worth just putting a lot of things on pause so that I could maximize these, basically milk the cash cow. I don't know why I did that. And then get as much out of it. I can reinvest that money into my own internal systems. Reinvest the money. I can't reinvest the time, obviously, but now that I've got the money, there's a lot of things I can do. So, and it takes a lot of pressure off my back. And by then, hopefully my own internal outbound system is literally really optimized and working really well, and then my whole pipeline is delivered. I'm giving it I need to come up with a proper timeline of when I want this outbound system to be fully optimized and just really working well. And obviously it's not going to be perfect even in 30 days, 60 days, because obviously the more I learn, the more I can optimize and iterate. But there's going to be like a rough benchmark that I need to hit. I don't know what that would be, but I kind of have a rough idea of what it would look like. And then I need to come up with a proper deadline of when I want this internal tool for my sales funnel to be delivered and fully live and running. But that's time and money, and a bit stretched for time, so I'm allocating my time towards different things right now. But anyway, we're making progress slowly but slowly, and I'm excited to see what's next. If I fail, if I succeed, who cares? We'll just keep going at it. And I mean, to be honest, today I didn't give it my all. I mean, I kind of did, but definitely there's more I could have done today. But it is what it is. We'll come back stronger tomorrow. Today I just thinking about all the time I had. It was like 14 hours I had today, and I might have just used only 8 or 9. And I mean, that's a whole 2-3 hours at least that I left on the table. But I'm not gonna beat myself too much up about it, and we'll just move on. Anyway, that's it for me tonight. Good night. Stay safe.